a bad game. Personally, one of
Exactly.
my biggest worries is the fact.
Woo! 250? 250? And enters PC. Bro, oh my god. I think I might buy a PS5, bro. After this, god damn. Let's just see, bro. Video by Vara Doc. So we're watching this and
The anime GTA game Ananta already has 10 million signups and it's nowhere close to launching. So many people.
15 million now. It's almost at 15 million last time I checked. So hey, it's growing. It's growing. 5 million people in a week? Damn. It's growing. It's growing for sure. That's one thing. I can guarantee you that it's still going to grow even way more. The second they release that publish button, you know, the second they release the game and it shows up there in your Steam, you know, you open Steam and you see the game. Dude, I'm telling you, it's going to take it to another level, bro. The second it just arrives, everyone, dude, amounts of people are just gonna be climbing on the game, dude. People who never spoke about the game are gonna be on the game, dude. It's just like that. Watch, bro. I'm telling you. So, a quick estimate, I can say probably 30 million by the time the game releases. And yeah, 30 million pre-registrations, by the way. Pre-registrations. For a person to pre-register, they gotta do so much work. And not everyone is a pre-registerer, you know? A lot of people just play the game when it releases. A lot of people do. I like your glasses. Damn, I have the same glasses. Bro, like, what? What? Look at this. Look at this, bro. God damn. I got the same glasses, bro. God damn. But yeah, man, like I'm saying, a lot of people are gonna play the game and it's going to blow up. I personally feel like even though the game is getting so much hate, it's going to definitely blow up, bro. People don't know what they're talking about. A lot of people say it's going to fall off. It's not going to make any money. It's going to be a bland game. You want a bland game? You want a bland game, bro. Play Genshin Impact. You get a bland game. I'll give you a bland game. I'm joking. No hate. I love Genshin Impact, okay?
Are excited for this title, but that means there are individuals online who are attacking this tooth and nail. There are some journalists that are upset about this game, and there are individuals that are saying they completely stole other game systems and they need to be sued into oblivion. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, obviously, I'm cautiously optimistic. There are some games that have amazing teasers and trailers, and then they come out and they are absolutely abysmal, and I don't want to spend even 5 minutes more than I already had in the game. And this could be the case, right? They are highlighting a lot in this game. There are a lot of expectations riding on this title, but I do think that what we have seen so far is really solid, and they have tried to quell some of our work.
Okay, wait. So by playing the game, you can recruit all playable characters. Monetization is customization, is for customization elements like clothing. Oh my god. So basically, you're gonna be paying for the clothes. Okay, so basically skins. I think I've made a video on this. I don't know if it's out yet or I released it maybe. But definitely, bro, I feel like there's no company that doesn't need money. Guys, you have to get that to your mind, bro. There's no company that definitely does not need money. So for them to generate revenue, they're gonna need to sell something to us. And the best way they can do that is through skins, vehicles. I didn't know that vehicles would kind of be like bought, but it depends. It could be in-game currency, but if you don't have the grind in you or you don't have that amount of money, you can just swipe it, bro. If you got the money, just do it. That's what I see it. And DIY. Okay, I don't know what DIY is. Do it yourself. I don't know. And then etc. So is everything in this cover what we're going to be like expecting to get monetized, or? But let's continue hearing what the lady has to say.
We know that it's not going to have character gacha, and while NetEase definitely isn't the best company within the gaming industry, I do think that in this case, this is something to look forward to. The teasers and trailers have highlighted a lot of really cool gameplay, and that has upset some people. There are a lot of individuals online who are saying that maybe they need to be sued.
Hold up, let me just... I think you guys might not see this. Let me just move myself from her side. I think I'm in a bad spot. Okay, let's continue. Now I'm like
For
No, I'm
this,
away
it's
from the
a
lady.
Watch Dogs game where you're able to hack and shut down city lights, a Spider-Man game with web swinging and wingsuits, a Batman Arkham style combat system, Cyberpunk 2077 style hacking via security cameras, and it's basically an anime style GTA where they copy the weapon wheel, and it's also copying the character switching. And sure, I have definitely seen a couple of clips where it looks extremely similar.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, the best type of artists in the world are artists who steal. And what I mean by this is this applies to everything in life, bro. Basically, the term steal is a bit exaggerated. So what people say is learn, okay? The game is studying from other games. So instead of like blatantly studying, they just stole the ideas. Bro, if the company is able to do it, why wouldn't? Like, let's just take a good example. You can buy a car. You can buy a freaking Bugatti right now. What would stop you from buying that Bugatti? Money. If you got the money, would you purchase the Bugatti if you wanted it? Yes. The company decided to do that. The company was just like, fuck it, bro. I don't care what they say. I don't care what these companies think. If they're about to recognize what we do, they about to stand at what we are giving out. What we give out is what they will stand for. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very good way to step into the scene. I'm not gonna lie. Even companies like Insomniac, whatever Batman is from, all these different companies, they're gonna be able to recognize that Ananta is sort of like a competitor. Because who's talking about GTA 3? I mean, not GTA 3. Who's talking about Spider-Man 3? Like, tell me, do you remember? Like, just remember, tell me this one time. Who, bruh? Who said, yo, have you ever heard anyone this week tell you, yo, you ready for that new GTA 3? I mean, you ready for that new Spider-Man 3? Like, who in your life right now is speaking about Spider-Man 3? You know, no one, bro. No one is talking about Spider-Man 3. Even if it's not announced, no one is interested in it. But obviously, we're getting the GTA 6. We're getting GTA 6 in Ananta. We're getting Spider-Man 3 in Ananta. We're getting the latest Batman, which I don't know because I never played any Batmans before, in Ananta, and we're getting Cyberpunk and Watch Dogs together in one game. Why would I want to purchase different games instead of purchasing this one? And on top of that, if you're an anime fan, I feel like this is the biggest dub you can ever get in your life, you know, other than getting some, I'm not gonna mention that, other than getting a girl, this is the biggest dub you're ever gonna catch in your life. So definitely, bro, I don't know, I don't see an issue with this. It's not copying. It's definitely not copying. Only idiots would call this copying. To me, I feel like it's inspiration. You take inspiration from other things to create something extremely unique. So yeah, let's continue.
To these other games it's being compared to, but ultimately calling for a lawsuit is quite different because you are basically saying that these companies own these certain gameplay systems and you are pushing them to patent these systems, which we know patents are the death of creativity in this industry. Right now, Nintendo has a patent for summoning. That means upcoming games like Elden Ring 2 can't technically use summons. They can't have mimic tiers. You can't have POW worlds where you summon creatures. That is extremely dangerous. And so I am not going to sit here and say that, oh, there needs to be a lawsuit and companies need to
bro. Jesus, this lady is screaming at me. Oh, am I crazy? I need to reduce the volume a little
their
bit.
Gameplay, because we see what happens with things like the Nemesis system, right? We're not going to see that until probably 2040 at the earliest, because the patent runs out in 2036 and it's still going to take years after that for developers to actually use it. That is terrible. And sure, I get that you might say, oh, it's just generic because it's got all these systems that are similar to other games. But at the same time, when you are combining all of these systems, you have to admit that it is different in some way, shape, or form. It's totally fine if you don't like the look of it, if you don't.
It's the first anime GTA out there. Like, obviously, it's gonna be different, bro. Like, Jeff, just think about it. Just think about it. This is the first ever. No, I'm not talking about no open world. I'm not talking about any of that. This is the first ever. NTE was about to release. NTE was about to do something big. And it got crushed, okay? NTE got power crept before it even released. I'm so sorry. I just have to throw it out there, bro. I just genuinely have to throw it out there. I'm not defending Ananta. I'm not an Ananta shield or an Ananta bot, okay? I'm just being honest. I know what's good, I see what's good, and I want to play what's good. to me, it really doesn't matter what people say. It's a copycat. It's not real. It's not original. Fine, bro. Just don't ruin the fun for everyone. If other people want to play the game, just let them play the game. Let them figure out what they want to do with their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we even confused about all of this stuff, bro? Why is this? The question is this? The question should not even be, is the game even real? The question should be, is this post even real? But let's just continue. I'm not. Guys, no hate. I'm just talking out of my heart, you know. I don't want to spread any hate. I'm just trying to listen, and I'm trying to give my own opinion. So nothing I say is completely 100% correct, and probably nothing she says or whoever says is 100% correct. We all have our own opinions on this, but let's continue. I like her mic. I want to put mine stickers too. That's crazy.
I don't think that this is really a game for you. I get it. I think that it looks really cool. I'm definitely going to be playing it. I'm one of the 10 million signups, but to call for a lawsuit is really just different. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh my gosh, Sony needs to do something about this, but Ananta is heavily advertised and marketed by Sony.
By Sony. Dude, exactly. Thank you for touching up on that. The first, go on YouTube right now. Type Ananta. The first trailer that will show up on the very top is from PlayStation. Literally by Sony. Sony itself literally posted that video, that 7 minutes gameplay, first gameplay of Ananta. Sony did that. They didn't even complain about it. They took whatever amount of views and likes and all this type of like hype. They took it without even saying anything. So if they're trying to sue, dude, it's basically like me telling you that, yo, your drip looks amazing, and then 2 seconds later I'm with my friends and I'm like, yeah, he looks dog shit, bro. Like, he doesn't know how to wear clothes, like proper attire. You know what I'm saying? So it really doesn't make sense, bro. I feel like this is extremely childish. It's similar to the EA thing, but I don't know. I don't think Sony should try to sue a game that has not released yet. That shows extreme insecurity, in my opinion. And I'm trying to think, bro. I'm just... It's ridiculous, dude. Let's continue.
The main trailers went up on the PlayStation account. Sony owns Insomniac Games. NetEase published Ananta and is also partnered with Marvel and produces arguably the most popular Marvel game of recent years. NetEase and Sony had a high-profile partnership back in 2021. Likely their partnership...
Whoa. Wait. So, Ananta is partnered with Marvel. So... why is everyone complaining about the game being a copycat? Why is everyone saying it's a copycat of Spider-Man if literally these bros are working together behind the scenes? Like, that makes no sense. It's like me telling my little brother, yes, you can use all the freaking references you want for my drawings. You can take all my drawings and use them as references. And then people are out there saying, oh no, you know, I'm gonna sue him for giving him all this stuff. Like, I gave him the permission. We don't really know if they actually gave them the permission. But I personally feel like if they are partnered and working together, there's no issue. They haven't... To further my point, Marvel has not said anything regarding Ananta. Marvel has not complained once. Why is Sony complaining? I don't know if I'm understanding this, but if Sony is the one that's trying to sue NetEase, that makes no sense, bro. But let's continue.
Roles have expanded over the year. So Sony clearly knows what this game is, and they are okay with it. Now, a part of this story that I think a lot of people maybe are forgetting is the fact that NetEase is a Chinese company. And in order to sell your games in China, you have to partner with a...
Oh, man. I remember when NetEase was on PUBG Mobile. Dude. Oh, man. The nostalgia, bro. That nostalgia. Dude. The game was just so good back then. If I were to go back to PUBG Mobile right now, let's not even talk about it. But yeah, let's continue.
Major company, typically that is Tencent or NetEase. And so Sony probably doesn't want to risk pissing off NetEase and not being able to sell their games in China anymore because they still view it as a partially untapped market. They think that, oh my gosh, we can reach so many more people if we have our games in China. So they probably, first of all, don't want to piss them off. And second of all, they probably don't really care because ultimately they're getting money from this too. Now, will Ananta come out and be monetized really poorly and the systems won't be super fleshed out? That is a possibility.
I mean, dude, even if the game doesn't come out the way that people expect it to, even if these companies see the hype that it's getting, the 15 million people who pre-registered, and dude, pre-register, like I said before, people who pre-register doesn't mean that they are gonna play the game. Doesn't mean that that's the only player base that the game is gonna get. There's people who don't have phones out there, people who don't have computers out there, people who literally play the game when it arrives. You know, they play the game, they scroll through whatever app that they're scrolling on, and they find the game. Say for example Steam, someone's scrolling through Steam and he sees a new game, he downloads it. So take that 15 million people, times it by 3. I promise you that's gonna be the player base on day one. Probably on day one it's gonna be 45 million people playing the game. So you can't tell me 45 million people are gonna cause the game to go bankrupt. It's nearly impossible, dude. If the game is to have a bad sort of attachment to it, is if the game does not pop up to people's expectations, it won't fall off. It 100% won't fall off. That's why I was asking myself, is there gonna be any updates? And if so, we are fucking cooked. The game is 200 gig, and how much is an update gonna be? But I don't have space. Okay, now I'm sleeping away. I'm speaking about something completely irrelevant. Let's go back to what she was saying. The game is not going to fall off. Trust me. It's not going to flop. I promise you, bro. If it does flop, come back to this video, hit that dislike, say whatever you want to say in the comments. We'll freaking note it and we'll rectify the mistakes and probably never talk like this in a video again. But I promise you, it's not going to flop.
100%. But from what we have seen right now and the promises that they're making, it does look pretty good. Now, again, cautiously optimistic. I personally don't trust NetEase, but to go and say that, oh, we need to see all of this action against them is pretty ridiculous. And there have been articles that have come out about this game over the past really year to year and a half since it was first revealed. And
that's a bold statement, bro. What? Ananta is in anime GTA 6. It's a creatively bankrupt gacha game. God damn. Wow. That's brave. That's brave. When was this posted? Holy. Dude, GTA 6 might not come out, you know? GTA 6 might not come out. But anyway, GTA 6 might come out. It's definitely going to come out. So, hey, that's a bold statement.
Seen journos saying things like Ananta isn't anime GTA 6. It's a creatively bankrupt gacha game. And they're saying, I'm going to play GTA 6 instead of this title. Congratulations. Do you want a pat on the back for that?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. People think that just because the game is still new and not a lot of people are interested in it as much as we are, they think we're going to care if they start speaking bad about the game. They think that that touches us somehow. Like, it makes us feel bad somehow. Bro, yeah, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, whatever game you want to play, definitely go play that. You don't have to cause all of this havoc and drama for no reason. I personally feel like whatever game you want to play, hey man, just enjoy the game. Don't listen to other people, okay? Don't listen. If you enjoy Genshin Impact, you enjoy farming for 20 hours or more, you know, and waiting for a specific day to increase that character's level, do you, bro? Like, do you? This is the main reason I stopped playing the game, you know? I really love Genshin Impact, but dude, it has so much, it drags my soul down. It drags my soul down. When I play Wuthering Waves, I forget about everything. When I play Genshin Impact, I remember everything, you know? Not being able to press skip during Paimon's dialogues is extremely painful. But yeah, dude, I'm not gonna drift out. I promise I'm not gonna drift apart anymore. I'm not gonna take this topic to another one. But yeah. Whoever has an issue with Ananta, don't play it. Simple solution. Just don't touch the game. It's very simple, you know?
It does have a lot of similar features to something like Batman Arkham and Spider-Man and GTA. But that doesn't mean that it's going to come out and that it is going to be a bad game. Personally, one of my biggest worries is the fact...
Woo! 250 250 and enters PC, bro. Oh my god, I think I might buy a PS5, bro, after this. God damn. And enters PC totally. Total early 2024 build size was 20. It was 233 to 250 gigabyte. Project Mugen testers reported it's around 150 to 180. It's still under development, possibly getting compressed. Okay, I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. I don't know much about game development. I'm not really sure, but Warzone is probably 300 gigabytes, and we all know how Warzone looks. Ananta is nothing like Warzone. It's nowhere close. Let's just be honest. I'm not trying to spread hate, but it's nowhere close. I doubt that this game is going to be a 250 gigabytes on release. If so, we're cooked. I'm going to just be real with you. Brother, look at me. I'm going to just be real with you. If it is 250, you're cooked. You don't have space. I don't have space. No one has space, okay? But what we can do is, I feel like we need to... Bro, what do you even do at this point? Do you buy extra space? God damn. 250, God. What are the updates going to be? Bro, Jesus, man. And you saving in real time. Autosave also builds up space. The more skins, the more things you unlock, it builds up space. You know, the more towns you unlock, the more places you unlock, it builds up space. Oh, man, this is bad. The space. I feel like this is where it's going to reduce that 15 million amount of people into like probably 5 million amount of people. I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Is the fact that this could come out and be more unoptimized trash. Its PC total early 2024 build size was 233 to
2024, by the way.
150 gigs, and apparently testers reported it's now around 150 to 180 while still under development, and it possibly could be compressed, but that would be insane. I mean, 180 is comparable to the latest Call of Duty, but you're also taking into consideration that it's not just COD.
Bro, but then COD is, and I'm speaking from experience, I downloaded COD last week. COD, all in all, let's say you're downloading Call of Duty. You download the base. You're basically downloading the house. And then there's rooms within that house. You get different Call of Duties within that house. So the house itself is 150 or 160, if I remember. I downloaded like 160 gigs. And then once it finished, I got in the game and it was, are you ready to download Warzone? Like, pick the game that you want to download. And it was an extra 150. So it's probably 200 gig. So yeah, it's dude, it's fucking bad. It's terrible. I can't imagine myself downloading a game that's 300 gigs or even 250. I just can't, bro. I can't, dude. I genuinely can't. It's bad.
Warzone and all of the other games that they want you to install at once, which is massive, but that is a lot of gigs. Now, we do not know what the scope of this game is going to be. According to some of the journos that have played it, it has not only the very similar mechanics to some other games, but they're saying that it actually has a lot of wild ideas of its own too. And it actually
That's the thing, bro. I really love the wild ideas of it all, you know. Having some irregularities in a game whereby you don't know what's going to happen next is the exciting part about it, you know. When you're playing a game such as Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, you pretty much know exactly what the enemies are going to do or how the world operates after time. But if you're playing a game like GTA, like actually Grand Theft Auto 5, you don't know what's going to happen next. You could literally be ran over by a drunk guy in a car. Anything can happen at any second. UFOs and all this crazy stuff is what makes the game better. To me personally, I don't want them to make the game extremely focused on like this idea of being a GTA copycat. I want them to express how they truly feel about this game. The ideas that they have, I want them to implement them so that we can experience new things outside the scope that we already know. But let's continue listening, bro.
Right now, very
Sleeping Dogs, dude. I told you it's Sleeping Dogs, bro. I saw the fighting style, and I'm like, I've played this game before, bro. It's Sleeping Dogs.
Even though it's still in active development, punching guys with timing-based combos and counters reminiscent of the Arkham games, scripted quick-time events, on-rail car chases, web swinging around the city. But then there's weird stuff like hopping into the boots of Kaya, a purple-haired getaway driver slash cop who is totally different set of play mechanics to the intro protagonist. It's a free roam mode.
Insane.
Ananta let me pull up a phone interface to swap between characters, triggering a GTA 5 camera swoop into the sky.
Yeah, we like
They're saying that will it be fun? Will it produce any actually interesting systemic interactions, or all of these paper-thin mechanics that you use three times?
If kids enjoy Fortnite, you're not telling me that you won't enjoy Ananta, bro. If kids play Fortnite 24/7, you're not telling me that Ananta is not gonna pop off. Ain't no way, bro. But
never sees fit to use again. They have no idea, but it does sure seem like a hell of a lot of work if it's the latter, which does sound pretty positive. I'm not going to lie. And apparently, the developers are aiming for it to be 40 to 100 gigs, but yeah, I'm worried about the state of the game.
Bro, what is this? Is this the requirement? Oh my god. Imagine the first requirement is like, yeah, you gotta have like a 5090 to play the game. That's the lowest. That's the minimal requirement. 5090, bro. God damn. I'm joking. I don't think it's written there. 1060. Yeah, that's a GTX 1060. It's not bad. It's not bad. Then the highest is like RTX 3080, and then after that you can go like crazy if you want. It's pretty cool. I think 100 gig is not bad. Genshin Impact is almost 100 gig. Wuthering Waves is also almost 100 gig. And those games are basically gacha games, you know. They open world, yes, sure, but they're not gonna be like Ananta. Ananta is like an open world map. How do I even explain this, bro? It's GTA. That's the best way to explain it. It's basically GTA. So 100 gig is really good. Hey man, I'm gonna take the offer. I'm gonna take the offer, okay? If y'all won't take it, I'll take it on your behalf, bro. 100 gig is good. 250, bro. Hell no, you crazy. We're not doing
regarding
that.
its optimization and how it's going to run, if it's going to have any technical difficulties. Yet we have people sitting here saying, oh my gosh, it's a total copy and paste. And again, I'm not blind, right? I can see that it definitely has similarities to some games, but when you're putting so many of these mechanics together, it really makes me feel like it's either going...
You know what's a copycat, bro? People don't understand the definition of a copycat. Let me just explain what a copycat is, okay? You know Spider-Man. Have you seen Spider-Man? The dude in the red outfit who goes around saving people? Yeah, with the white eyes. That's Spider-Man, right? Next to Spider-Man, put the exact same looking motherfucker, okay? Put him right next to him. Not anywhere further, not anywhere behind. Put him exactly right next to him. That's copycat. You know, someone copies your homework. That you remember when that friend said, let me copy your homework? That's copycat. Because that motherfucker won't change anything. He's taking everything word for word. That's copycat. This is not copycat, bro. This is nowhere near copycat. It's basically grabbing inspiration from different sources and putting it into an idea. That's how it's called. Since I do love making art, in the art industry, it's called concept. It's concept art. That's where people generate concept arts. That's why you find concept artists. They basically grab ideas from multiple references of photos and they build this insane looking house, car, character, whatever the fuck. Dude, I must stop swearing. Whatever the flip it may be. That's what they do. They concept artists. So let's just continue. I don't want to make this video long, dude. It's sounding way too long.
To be an absolutely phenomenal game, or it's going to be absolutely terrible and everyone is going to forget about it in 5 minutes. And given the amount of work and effort and the level of quality we've seen so far, I hope it's the first option. I hope this comes out and I hope it's really good. But there are people that are very bothered by this game at this point, saying it is ridiculous and it's not okay. Oh, it's gacha slop, so I'm not gonna play it. Crazy to have all that and still be soulless. Doubt it's real.
I'm even missing the space bar button. Gacha slop? What? God damn. I don't know what you gotta do in life to get to the point where you type, this is gacha slop. You know, it's crazy, bro. For me, I personally feel like, and you can judge me on this, doesn't matter. I personally feel deep down in my heart that the only way you can start judging something is if you can create something better. So if you cannot create a game similar to Ananta, you have no place to judge it. That's me being as real as fuck right now. So yeah, I think that's the only way I can put it. That's the only way to summarize this video, you know. All this literally outrageous and anger and all this blatant. it makes no sense, bro. It makes no sense to me. But